Once again, we're back with Elite Dangerous on Horizons. So, tonight, we're going to buy the Anaconda. So, let me show you. Right now, we're in the Python. So, I'm going to show you my loadout. By the way, we're at Ray Gateway. And I found the Anaconda for 15% off there. Checked several different systems, and that was the only one I could find the Anaconda at. So, first, let's look at the loadout we have on the Python. Livery doesn't matter. Let's just go to outfitting. Okay, so let's wait for this to load up. There we go. Now, I took the configuration I had and I totally stripped it. So we got two regular beam, 1E beam lasers, which is what it basically comes with, and nothing else. So, utility mounts, same thing. Nothing. Stripped everything off. Now, the reason why I did this, and even the main things, I put it back down to the basics that you get when you buy it, and nothing higher. And the reason why you want to do this when you get one, or when you go to sell one, is because you do not get the money back out of these components if you sell it with the ship. You get just a little bit more back if you pull them off and sell them separately. So, optional components. The cargo rack, which is what it comes with, is the only thing here. And of course, like the scanning, basic scanner, planetary approach suite. Now, a couple of the parts that I had on here were very, very expensive. So, I put those in stored modules. So we've got the docking computer. Not that that's very expensive, but sometimes it's hard to find, as we found out searching around for them. The planetary vehicle hangar, which I did not want to rebuy, so I can reuse it in the ship, because I would have lost a little money selling it anyway. And let's see, the advanced discovery scanner. We've also got the auto field maintenance unit. That's a pretty expensive one, so I decided to hang on to that as well. That's 5 million credits for that. So instead of getting that 5 million credits and having to rebuy it, might as well just go ahead and keep that. And that'll allow us to do repairs without docking, at least until this runs out of supplies. And it's got 8,900 repair capacity, so that's going to be a lot of repairs. Of course, it is a big ship. And I also kept the prismatic shield generator, which I bought for the Python. Well, this specifically on the Anaconda, it uses the same size 6 shield. So we're going to keep that in line with it. And that should give us, because that's 24 million by itself. So that'll give us some very good shields while we build up the rest of the ship. So I can still fly it around and not worry about it. So that's what I did when I stripped it. So now we're going to buy. So we're going to go over to shipyard. And, okay, once that loads, no, I don't want the Sidewinder. So we can go this way and go upwards on the ships, or we can go this way and go down on the ships. Well, let's just go and take the quick way. Now, the Federal Corvette you could also buy here for 159 million. But you need to be a Rear Admiral or better to purchase this. Well, my federal rank here, or in general, is a warrant officer, and I got a long way to go to get better than that, but I'm currently 76% unfriendly with the Federation, so they're not going to give me any military missions anyway unless I change alliance and basically get on friendly terms with them again. So that one's off the books. Well, the Anaconda, it has better armor anyway. And it has better jump range. It just doesn't have as many guns. But it has a couple of good layouts, or loadouts on it. So with this one, again, there we got two 1F pulse lasers. We're going to upgrade those anyway and add a couple more. It's got a basic discovery center scanner, and that's on a utility mount, which is a little different from the rest of the ships. So if there's a couple more utility mounts, we might be able to put a couple of modules in there that we can't otherwise on other ships. We'll have to find out. Pardon me. We've got the 6E cargo rack, which gives us 64 tons. 5E cargo rack gives us 32 more tons. We've got a 4E cargo rack at 16 tons and a 1E cargo rack at 2. Well, the 1E cargo rack is going away. The 4E cargo rack, we might be able to take that out and put like maybe a small ship hangar in there, so we can have a small fighter ship to help out. Don't know why it automatically glitches down like that. And of course we got the planetary landing approach suite in another 1E slot. Or size 1 slot. Okay, so then next we have core internals. With core internals, we've got a 1C lightweight alloys, which eventually can be upgraded, but it's very, very expensive to upgrade the hull work on anything this size. The bigger the ships get, the more expensive that gets. Usually you're talking about almost as much as the entire ship cost or more, depending on the quality that you want. Okay, so we've got the 7E thrusters, 6E frameshift drive, 5E life support, 6E power distribution, 6E sensors, and 5C fuel tank at 32 tons capacity. Probably going to want to upgrade the fuel capacity a little bit. Definitely upgrade the frameshift drive, and we'll add a fuel scoop to it. We'll have to do that. Alright, so the question is, can we buy it? So I've got 98.8 million credits right now after stripping that ship and selling most of the modules on it. Okay, so we've also got the ship, because I'm going to sell the Python. So we're going to exchange. Now with the exchange, they're going to give me 43 million. So there's a deficit of 81 million that I have to spend. So yes, we can afford it, and it'll leave us with just a little over 10 million. 17 million roughly, which is not a lot to work with on a ship this big, especially because we have the rebuy cost as well. But I'm going to do it. Yes, we want the Anaconda. And here we go. It's going to move us to a large vehicle bay. Goodbye, precious Python. We've explored, fought, nearly got devastated, and conquered many star systems for many, many light years. I'll miss you. And welcome to the Anaconda. Wow, that's a lot of ship in front of the dock, or the cockpit. Okay, so on this one, the cockpit is very differently placed. Let's go outside the ship and take a look. Can I do that from here? I might not be able to. Nope, can't do the external camera from here. Bummer. Okay, ship services. Alright, so let's go to outfitting. Ah, there it is. That is a big ship. And the cockpit on that, if you notice, is way, way in the back. It's on the top side in the back. So we got to find out where our gun placements are. We've got to get our utility mounts and our core internals, but first things first, let's upgrade the shields. So 6E shield generator. We're going to transfer, and we're going to use the one we have in store. Oops, that's back. Actually, so transfer, let's swap. Oh, no, that's going to put it in another place. Let's not do that. Alright, so let's go back again. Alright, we're going to get this right. Shield generator. You know what, I have the other one, so let's just sell this one. Come on, there we go. So we're going to sell this generator. Yes. And I'm going to go and put the better one on here. So we've got this one. Oh, it says we can't put it on there. Why is that? Oh, transfer to ship. That's what I wanted. Perfect. Okay, so we've got the prismatic shield generator on there now. So that itself is an upgrade, a serious upgrade in ships, or in the shields. Alright, so it didn't really do much for our FSD range. That's fine. With a ship this size, you definitely want a fuel scoop. So let's go grab a fuel scoop. Size 4 slot is probably a good idea. Browse shop. Well, right now we have what? Roughly 8 million left. No, 17 million. Rebuy cost is 8.2 million right now. So we're in pretty good shape. Alright, so fuel scoop. Let's do... How much is it going to cost us for a size 4? Let's see. I've got a size C. What about a 4B? Yeah, let's do a size... let's do a 4C. I don't mind it scooping a little bit slower as long as it's doing a decent rate. We're going to buy that because we don't have anything to exchange. It's an empty slot. Alright, let's see. Cargo. Let's get rid of this. We're going to sell the cargo. And I'm going to put the docking computer there. So let's do the docking computer. I like that you can do that now, because it used to be you had to sell everything, and then if they didn't have it in stock, you couldn't get it back, and sometimes you could rebuy it, but not always. Okay, planetary approach suite, going to leave that there. Alright, so basic discovery scanner, we got our fuel scoop. Okay, so we've got... Let's transfer. We should be able to fit the vehicle hangar. Yes, we can. It could go in a size 2 slot, but we can upgrade that later if we want to. And it's got the scarab in it that we purchased earlier. Good. The ship is going to be intended for planetary missions as well. And of course the fuel scoop, so it can stay out from stations as long as I want. Alright, so we've got a couple empty slots in the middle. I'm not going to do much with those yet. Cargo. So let's see what our options are. So how much are we at? 17. We're at 17.2 million. Rebuy is at 7.4. Alright, because we got rid of a couple of things. That's fine. Alright, so let's see. Class, we got class 6 and empty class 5s. Well, I know we can upgrade this one. Can we upgrade the... I think the 64, I'm not sure if we can upgrade that. Oh, I did the buyback option. I don't need to do that. No. That's what I want is categories. Alright, categories. So we want cargo. Oh, up top. Went right by it. How much bigger can we fit in here? We can fit a 128, which will only take up one slot. That's 1 million. So let's do that. We're going to exchange it, and that'll give us half the money back. So reduce half the cost. And this one, I believe we can also double this, and then get rid of the other storage. So let's sell this one, because I really don't need the extra storage, or don't... Well, at least right now I'm not going to use it. Now we got a couple extra spots to work with. That'll give us fighter bay area. Let's see if we can upgrade this one as well. Okay, so we can take this up to a 64. Buying options, exchange it. Okay, so we've got 196 tons just between these two slots. So we really don't need any more storage right now. Okay, so I want to find out what can we do for another ship. And I do want to watch the cost on this a little bit, because we can do the fighter bay if we with some of these. Is that on top, or does it have to be bigger? Fighter hangar. There we go. So the only size 5 fighter hangar fits one ship. Okay. Probably want to upgrade that. So let's go to a bigger slot and see if we, in a size 6, if we can get maybe 2 fighters. I've never played with this, so I'm not really sure. So yes, so it's 1.5 million and we can get 2 fighters in it. So let's try that. Okay, buying options, we're just going to buy it outright because there's nothing there. Alright, so now we need to keep an eye on our power. Looks like we're getting a little close on our power. That's probably all the options we need right now. Let's see what else I have in storage. Let's see. Back. No. Not what I want. Stored modules, what do we have left? We have an advanced discovery scanner and we have the field maintenance unit. Okay. So let's go back. Go to optional again. Okay, so that field maintenance unit, you know. Okay, so we're out of size 6 slots. And I really do want to keep that. Because that's good for, you know, like I said, on the fly maintenance. Yeah, let's do this. We don't need 196 tons right now. So let me sell this. Let's put the field maintenance in here. Transfer, and then transfer to ship. That's 5 million we don't have to spend later. And we'll put a smaller rack in here in the 5 slot. So 5E, that gives us what, 32 tons? Yeah. And we're just going to buy that outright. Okay, so we're at 14.9 million, which is not too bad because the way this ship is laid out, we can make a lot of money with it just by transporting. Got enough cargo space. Alright, so what are our options here? So we've got different fighters. All have essentially the same cost. In fact, they're all the same cost. So it doesn't really matter. Question is, what are their strengths? So damage per second, we want high damage per second. We want pretty good speed, and we want pretty good health. 25, 25, 25. So they all have the same health. All have the same shields. Some are faster. Oh, I see. So this looks like this is probably the best one. So this is the fastest, but it doesn't do the most damage. And it looks like this would be the most damage. Of course, it's on par with the first one. That has less speed. Okay, so this one looks like it's going to be the best balance between damage and speed. So it'll be able to get out and get away if it needs to quickly. Let's go ahead and purchase this. And we're going to buy 2 of those, 1 for each bay. Now, I'll be able to deploy these. I need to get pilots for them, though. And I'll be able to deploy those if I get attacked. Okay. How are we doing for stream health? Looking pretty good. Excuse me. Okay, utility mounts. We have the planetary approach suite. We got a lot of utility mounts. It's a big list of them. Okay, can I put... Alright, so... Oh, looks like these are the only things we can put there. So the planetary approach suite is basic. So I need to go back into optional, and I need to find... Oh, the basic scanner. There we go. Let's sell the basic scanner. Oh, let me double check here. Okay, so this is the basic discovery scanner. Yes. We're going to sell that because we have a better one already. And that's the last item I have in storage. Pity they don't have another size 1 slot. Don't like putting size 1 items in larger slots when possible. But that's okay. So let's transfer. At least it has a lot of other slots to work with. So we're good. We're going to transfer that in. And there we go. Alright, so we got our discovery scanner. Still got 14.9 million. So we're doing okay. Pardon me. Alright, so here we go. We got utility mounts. Well, with utility mounts, we have a huge array because we've got a large ship to cover. I think a majority of these I'm actually going to put, well, we don't even have, we don't have them here. Point defense is what I was hoping for. Yeah, let's put a shield booster in here. It doesn't have to be a very huge shield booster or super expensive one, but anything will make a big difference. We also have to be a little wary of our power. This will help cover the entire ship, so that's good. Might have to go to another station to get the point defense. Yeah, it looks like it. Well, let's throw ECM on there. That's not going to cost much for electricity, except for our power, except for when it's actually used. So in combat, that's when it'll cost. And they have no point defense here, which is weird, because that's pretty standard. So we'll have to go to another station for point defense, and I'm going to wait on filling those up until we got point defense. Okay, hard points. We have a lot of hard points to work with here. You know, before we do that, let's take a look at the power supply, the reactor, core internals. Because right now we're on an 8E power plant, and we've almost got it maxed out. So we need to get up to the 8 size. So an 8D will give us quite a bit more power. This is what we've got now. So that'll help quite a bit. That'll also, it also lightens the ship, so it'll get better jump range. And that right there is 5 million, so that's going to dip us down, almost down below our rebuy cost. We're going to exchange because that'll help offset the cost a bit. This will seriously help with the power available. I would like to do the power distribution right now as well, because that helps things recharge faster. Depends on what it costs, so, and how much it's going to leave us with. Because we still have to outfit a couple of guns for defense. Let's see, so we can upgrade to 8C, which that keeps the jump range about the same. Oh, we don't want to go to a 7. That's probably going to be our only option available. But that will help charge things up quite a bit faster than what we got. So 25% faster average than what we can do right now. For me, if we go with the 8B, we're going to run out of money altogether. This is going to be expensive enough. Yeah, so you really want a lot of money when you're outfitting a ship this big, because it's going to take a lot of money. Okay, so we are down, well, just above our rebuy cost. Well, in that case, it's probably going to be best that we go ahead and take it for the maiden flight. But hard points, I do want to put a couple of at least lesser expensive guns on here. So that has the guns on the bottom. Let's just put some basic beam lasers on it, or cannons. Actually, the cannons, multi-cannons. What do we have? So cost-wise, fixed gimbaled is probably going to be our best bet. The turret is going to be the most functional, but that's, well, it's getting a little expensive. Alright, so gimbaled is going to be 48,000. We can afford 2 of these. That should work. That'll give us some guns on the front. And that'll cover the top and the bottom of the ship. And we'll do another one over here. Again, you know, as we get more money, we'll upgrade the weapons and also the power. And as well the jump range, because the FSD is going to be a major upgrade. Okay, so, and eventually I do want to move these to turrets. I want to set up a lot of these as turrets because the ship is so big. It's not nearly as maneuverable as a lot of small ships. So the turreted weapons can shoot beyond what the player can see. But I don't want to dip too far below. In fact, we're almost right on the verge of, in fact, we are on the verge of our buyback cost. And it's quite a bit risky to do that, because especially with the ship this big. I mean, I can take off options when I want to buy it back, but you don't want to run out, you know, of all your options to buy back. Okay, so core internal, actually the optional internal was the FSD. Let's find our FSD. That might have been in core. There's a generator. Okay, so that's in core. Alright, so let's look at core internal. Let's go up to the top because, well, it's... So we've got the power plant. Frame shift drive right there. A 6E. Let's see what it's going to cost for another 6. Like a 6D maybe? And they don't, oh, they have a 6D, there we go. So 500,000 and it'll give us 11 light years. Or the B will give us the same because it's heavier. That's 5B. We can get 6. That'll give us 13 for 1.5 million. But that goes below our buy cost. Alright, and 4.5 million for a B, which will get us 16 light years. And we can get up to 19 light years, which is pretty good for a ship that size, for a cool $13.7 million, or credits. Alright, so let's shoot a little lower. But enough to where we're not doing 500 jumps for a couple of minor, or a couple of cargo runs. And this will keep us under our power load as well, which is great. Although this will put us just slightly below our buyback cost. Excuse me. Yeah, so our buyback right now is 8.2 million. We've got 7.9 million credits in the bank. So that's as far as I'd like to stretch it. And that gives us a functional ship with docking capabilities. Again, oh, and let's see, livery. Let's take a look at the ship. And let's give it a paint job. Okay, so we got the Black Friday, which looks pretty nice. I do like the highlight lines on it. And we've got some tactical choices. Kind of like the tactical blue. There's also a tactical green. It's like a tactical desert camo. Urban camo. And another more grayish, kind of a bluish hue urban camo. This one looks like a desaturated version of this one. I think this one or the blue. I like both of those. I think I like, yeah, I think I like this one better. There we go. Yeah, we'll go with that one. So, well, second thought, the Black Friday is a pretty sweet paint job. Yeah, that just looks nice. We'll do that. Looks almost stealthy. I can play with the other colors a little bit later. Decals. I want to put the mercenary decal back on. Why not? And we're going to paste those all over. Doesn't really matter. The AI doesn't care, you know, what you have for the decals. It doesn't make them hunt you anymore. However, if you're playing on open servers, it may send a message to the open servers that you're ready for a fight. Nothing wrong with that. What do we have here? Nope. Okay, so these are dashboard tweaks, which I do not have because they don't offer them for this ship right now. Weapon color modifier. Yeah, let's change them red. There we go. And that's all we're going to do for the look. Now it looks like we have the option of making some changes on the vehicles. Didn't know that. Haven't seen this before. So there's our little armed rover. Hopefully we'll have a couple of paint jobs available for that. Nope. And I think, yeah, we can do the red lasers for that as well. Oh, nice. So that applies to all the vehicles. Very nice. Oh, not what I wanted. Let's get out of the hard points, go back to livery. Now, Fighter Bay 1 and Fighter Bay 2. So you can actually change your fighters different colors. That's kind of interesting. Do we have any paint jobs for this? No, we don't. I'll have to do a little investigation on that. And we do want to change the weapon color to match the same. Part of the reason why I do that is so I can see better. I can see which vehicles or which weapon hits are from mine and which are from enemy ships or other ships. Okay, so we'll do a few missions before we get these all decked out, but gonna have to do, or at least gonna have to go and earn a little bit of money so that I can afford to hire a couple of pilots, or at least one pilot, preferably 2 pilots, because then I can have one fighter out fighting, and then if that one starts taking too much damage, it can return and the other fighter can launch to go out and finish the fight. So that's the whole goal of this, and having the fighters. And of course, with the mercenary badge on them, I'll know they're mine. Oh. No, I didn't mean to remove that. Oops. Let's try again. They need a back option there. Ah. Not the one I wanted. I clicked too fast. Oh, there's a back option. It's just really hard to see with these dash colors. I like how it just kind of melds onto the surface. Looks like somebody like spray painting it on. Alright, so we got that taken care of. Alright, so I think that's all we're going to do modification-wise for the moment. We have 11.2 light years range, which is almost as good as the Python was before I stripped it. And this can actually get up to much better. I might be able to put a size 6 FSD in there, or size 7 FSD, if I move that cargo slot around a little bit, because I do have some empty slots to do that, but that is probably going to cost a lot more. But let's investigate. Why not? Okay, so the FSD right now is in a size 6. So my question is, can we move it to an optional slot? So if we go, oh yeah, let's, this is one thing I wanted to see about upgrading as well, fuel. We cannot put anything bigger than a 32. Okay. So 32 is it. Unless we go to a size 6 slot. Alright, so let's go to our optional internals, because we know we have open slots there. There we go. Alright, so what we have open is 2 size 5 slots. What we have being used, okay, so we've got a size 7 slot with 128. And we could actually, that's field maintenance, we could do 2 32-ton racks in these 2 slots, and then take the size 7 slot. Wonder if we can get a size 7 FSD to fit in this. Let's find out. FSD, that's interdictors, we don't want that. They don't have frameshift drive listings. So I guess that's a no. So we can't put it on, can't upgrade the frameshift drive at all on this. At least that's what it looks like. You know what, let's just go ahead and put some cargo racks in here and go on a mission. So we can go 32, which this won't hurt my jump range as long as it's empty. Took a minute to think about that one. Put another cargo rack in here. Okay, so that gives us multiple tons of storage. And we'll just have to work on the FSD range a little bit later. Because unfortunately, it does not look like we can take it out of core internals. And we don't have any other slots really to move it around in from the looks of it. Oh wait, we've got that's a 6D though, isn't it? Yeah, this is a 6D, so we need to go to a size 7 slot. And the thruster is the only thing we have in a size 7 here, and we can't really do much to change that. Power distribution sensors, those all have to stay the same. These are pretty well fixed. Well, we can end up going with a, well, if we go to a heavier power, yeah. We're kind of set on FSD. But 19, yeah, we can max it out at 19. Alright. Yep. So we want to do our loadout. Fire groups have changed because we screwed up. Yeah, we have no active crew. So it's going to make me set crew right now. Crew slot. Well, I can select crew. And it looks like we have varying crew with varying skills, possibly. See, he was a mechanic for Lacon Spaceway, so he got bitten by the flying bug. So it tells this gives you a little bio on each person. Alright, so this one wants to be a follower because he doesn't want to blow his own trumpet. I like how they give you a little insight on them. So this is probably going to be somebody that's a little more experienced. Another engineer. Instead of a mechanic, she was an engineer. Oh, pardon me, that little screen glitch there was moving my hand in front of the sensor for the head tracker. Alright, so yeah, let's try to see what some of these others are about as well. And it looks like they're reusing some of the pictures. They are just different zoom levels and changing the names. I guess that's going to happen. Alright, so these are the options we have for pilots. Let's start off with, well, let's give Juliet Beard a try. Let's go ahead and let's hire her. And that'll give us one fighter pilot. So it looks like we can have up to 3. Or can we have more? No, we can have up to 3 pilots. Alright, so I'm going to stay, I think we're going to stay in the 30,000 range, and then we can give them some skills. I'm going to hire 2 pilots. I'm not going to hire 3 right now. Alright, and we want this one to be our active pilot. And the other one is in case something happens to Juliet. Okay, so we've got some crew. We got our fighters. We've got pretty well everything taken care of that we need, except for our fire groups. So here we want to go over to the right menu, number 4 if you're on keyboard, and we want to tab over to fire groups. Now the fire groups have all the different weapons. What you want to do is select which one you want. Use a spacebar if you're on keyboard. You know, and you can use the if you're on a flight stick. If you've got a selection button on there, that would be what you'd use. It's not the trigger. It's not the alt fire. On mine, it's the I got a little thumb joystick that I move. I can go up and down or side to side. Anyway, so here we want to set what weapons we want to do what. So we got pulse lasers on one. Let's make another fire group. We'll put the multi-cannons on that fire group. And we want countermeasures as number 2 on both of these. That will be our secondary fire. Advanced Discovery Scanner, we're going to put it on its own. And that's all we've got for now. Once we get more weapons, we'll expand this and add more weapons on these as well. Should probably make one more group with all of these. And because it's got enough power to do it anyway. So this is just for whittling down shields. This is for doing kinetic damage to the hull. And this is if I just want to kill them a little faster and do both at the same time, or focus only on like power plant, which is probably my favorite sub-target. Because if you cut their power, they can't run away or fight back. They're basically just sitting duck. Alright, so our fire groups are set. Feel like we got to do a pre-flight check or something. Alright, so where do we want to go? Commodities, we don't have much here. So, let's set a destination. How about for our maiden flight, let's go pick up some rare goods. Yeah, come on. Get over there, thank you. Come on. Select. That was a little weird. Alright, actually, let's see. We're going to be closer to HIP, aren't we? Because we're in a similar HIP system. Let's go get us some of the rare beef. Or the bushmeat. And then we'll take that and we'll run that out to Nguna. This should only be a couple of jumps. Alright, so time to launch on our maiden flight. Or say maiden voyage. Yeah. Well, I like the fact it has a fairly open looking cockpit. You can see quite a bit. To have room for passengers. And this is a large ship, so it does have to have quite a bit of the airlock to get through. Alright, got my landing gear up. The thrusters aren't too sloppy for this. Alright, let's see if I can get out of this station with little issues. I gotta remember that I'm sitting on top of the ship now, not the front of it. Oop, almost scraped the top. Got the rotation as we go out.
Scan detected.
And I've... No, I'm out of the way already. I've already gotten out of your way. Alright, so should at least tell me that rights have been restored now. I'm going to get away from the station a bit, and as long as system security doesn't bother us, we don't have to worry about it.
All clear. Have a safe trip, Commander.
Okay, so now we're far enough away, we're almost out of mass lock. And what do we have? Where's our... oh, we can't see our jump point yet. Actually, I like the colors with this too. That blue goes really well with this dark gray interior. Okay, there's the station there. So we just need to wait to get out of the mass lock range. But we can speed up now, and it doesn't matter. So let's try this baby out. So we got 132 meters per second right now. It's full throttle. If we boost, 240. Not too bad.
Frameshift drive charging.
And it's going to take a significant amount of fuel to go the first hop. So I think one of those cargo racks I'm going to change into fuel. If I can buy another fuel tank for that instead, I would rather do that.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Somebody wanted to engage me. Well, we're out of there. Now we need to see if we can get a couple of good shots. There we go. Throttle down. Let's get around here. Okay, we're in we're in a neutral system right now. As long as we don't have anybody there, let's see if we can get to... is the camera not working? There we go. Let's back up a little bit. Let's see if we can get a good thumbnail out of this. Oh yeah. I love the details they put on this. Back up a little more. There we go. Awesome looking ship. That's a thumbnail if I've never seen one. And captured. Let's take a look. Go the whole route. As much as it'll let me go under it. So we got some big thruster vents. Looks like probably atmospheric thrusters. Not sure if that's part of the jump drive. Can't really see where the vehicle bays are at. That one right above us, that's probably the SRV vehicle bay. Fighter bay is going to be somewhere around there too. Or maybe these the same door. I don't know. But this is a massive ship compared to everything else I've flown. It's a good thing I got a docking computer on it, so it'll be easier to land. I have no doubt I could land it manually. Okay, let's see if I can get out of the camera view. There we go. Alright, so we've got a few people in the area.
Fuel scooping.
Let's see how our fuel scooping and our heat manages. Because right now our heat should handle fairly well. We're at 61. Fuel scooping is a little slow with this scoop compared to what I had on the Python, and when I add more fuel to it, it's just going to get worse. As far as take longer to fill up. Let's see what we can do if we push it a little bit more. The best thing I can do is going to be probably upgrade the reactor. That'll help a lot with power. As long as we don't have anybody coming up immediately behind us, we're okay.
Fuel scooping complete.
So we got up to 65 degrees. Or 63, sorry. And we're going to heat up a little more as we exit.
Fuel scoop
There we go.
disengaged.
So it's definitely not as maneuverable, and it's not as fast as the Python. Turns slower, it handles slower. I mean, it's bigger, much, much bigger. There's our jump point. Okay, so let's find out how this actually handles as far as the jumping itself. Okay, so I've got the pips all balanced right now. I could get a little more speed if I put more into engine, more into system. So here we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Looks like it's a pretty slow charge up, but for the size of the ship, I'm not surprised.
4, 3, 2,
I know our shields are about are 150% stronger than the stock shields that come on this. That's why they're so expensive and why I didn't want to sell them. And I'm glad I could reuse them on this because, well, it had the same size on there. Probably going to add a few more shield boosters on it. Just make it outright impervious to most thermal if possible. Make it as tough as possible. And as you can see on this ship, it can use up to 20% of its fuel in every jump. Alright, so this is a system we haven't been in before, so we're going to scan it and get some scan data. That'll help us make some money on the way to HIP. 9 new objects. So that'll be worth, 1,200-1,300 credits. If we get someplace 20 light years or more away and sell it. You don't make any more money on it the further you go away, but at 20 light years away, that's the earliest they'll buy it.
fuel scoop disengaged.
For such a huge ship, it actually handles pretty well. Coming from a Python, it only feels a little more sluggish. It's going to be a lot worse than like a Cobra or even an Asp. An Asp is probably the best balanced and one of the more capable ships. But there are ships that are more maneuverable. But if you want a good cargo ship, that is the best. At least for a good multi-role ship, I would say. The best multi-role ship for the smaller ships. Now the Python, I would say it's probably the best multi-role of all the ships. As far as its capabilities, for cargo, firepower capabilities, decent maneuverability. Another system we haven't been to before. Okay, so it said 4 new, but it said 10 already. And it doesn't look like we can scoop that. We're just getting hot. So we've got to pull up away from that. Let's get some distance away from the star, and we'll turn towards our next jump point. And we do have to watch for people trying to interdict us. We really don't have, well, like that. We don't have a lot for weapons, and we won't be able to outrun them very well. I don't know if we're going to be able to get away from them. It definitely does not handle as well. So I'm going to have to upgrade and do a bunch of upgrades to this. And we got interdicted. Okay, so this is most likely going to be a fight. Who are we fighting? Federal gunship. Not sure I'm ready for this. We don't have the weapons for that. Joan! My dog is upset about something. So we're going to put everything into shields and speed.
Under attack.
Until our FSD... Hope the shields hold out until the FSD gets us out of here. Joan! Pardon me while I yell at my dog. They are putting a pounding on us. Come on, FSD, cool down. We need out of here.
Shields offline. Taking damage. Frameshift drive charging.
Go, go, go.
Clusters offline.
Oh. And now we're dead. Can't do a lot. Everything's offline. So, that's one of the things that Elite Dangerous likes to do. You make good progress, you get beefed up pretty well, and then they just come through and say, no, don't think so. But I can't do anything. Thrusters are offline. Everything's offline. I got my AFM, but I can't really do much to fix that. Power distribution. Repair. Shield boosters. They're on. Don't really have much that I can salvage. Frameshift drive. Repair. Okay, 99%. Activate it. Thrusters. This ship's got a lot of armor. That's the only thing going for it right now. Oh, where's my thrusters at? There we are. No. And there we go. We're destroyed. So we just experienced what I like to call the middle finger from Elite. You just get a brand new ship and you're done. So what we can do is rebuy it if we take a few things off. I do not want the Sidewinder option. I want to rebuy. Now, question is, do we have enough to rebuy? Total ship cost right now is $8,265,000. And what do we have? We have 7.6. So, doesn't look like we can rebuy all. Well, it might let us rebuy all. Modules minus 1.7 million. So what is it deducting? Oh, it's the cost of the modules it's reducing as well. Alright, so it looks like we might... Yeah, it'll let us rebuy the ship with, hopefully, everything that's on it. Shields. Yep, so there's my big shields. So it's insurancing everything. We're going to rebuy it all. But that should tell you right there, if you get a federal assault ship coming after you, you're done. Even on something as big as the Anaconda. You are done. Now, I had the fighter pilots, but they haven't been out to train yet. And sending them out may not have been helpful. Alright, so we're back. Yeah, we're going to need a little bit more of everything. Unfortunately, right now, what are we at money-wise? We're at 1,000 credits. And there is no way we can do anything else as far as, you know, improving the ship. We just don't have the money to do it. So, we're going to have to try again. Let's go to a different system. Let's get over to a friendly system. Because I do not want to experience that same thing twice. Hopefully we don't have to. Alright, so we're going to go to Coquim. I know that's friendly. Maybe I can go do some missions from them. There's actually several stations that are closer. Let's see if we can not get the middle finger twice from Elite in one evening. Okay, so it's saying that dash line means I don't have enough fuel to make it in one run, which I don't plan on. All I want to do right now is I want to get out of hostile space. So, launch number 2. It's like Groundhog's Day.
Landing gear retracted.
The landing gear. Let's wait for the ship to clear. Okay, we're going to get up and make sure that we don't have anything coming in. They were real nice. They put us right in the opening. Or lined up with the mail slot. There we go.
Scan detected.
Yep, as long as we didn't create any or cause any problems here. Now, one thing that really, really blows about having to rebuy the ship so soon is I had several bounties worth over 100,000 credits, and I was unable to collect them.
Speed restrictions are now lifted. Flight control signing off.
Frameshift drive charging.
So hopefully we can get out of hostile space and into more friendly space a lot quicker. Let's try to get a little faster jump.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
So anybody thinks it's frustrating going several, like 100 light years or so and getting destroyed and having to start over again? Just wait till you had a chance to lose almost a $200 million ship
Fuel scoop.
20 minutes after you built it. And then tell me just how much it sucks to have to rebuy a ship that only cost you 6,000 or 7,000. You know who I'm talking to. But I'm just busting your chops a little bit. So we're going to try this again. Let's scoop, scoop, scoop. Okay. That should be pretty good.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
And it got us basically full. We probably left
Frameshift drive
0.7 tons or so to fill, or maybe. As long as there are no ships on the horizon or on the scanner, I don't think we really got to worry about it too much.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Now, something like the federal gunship that killed us and destroyed the ship. I don't have the weapons on this yet to even be able to touch that. Now, the shields helped a lot. The amount of armor this has helped a lot. But it doesn't do you any good if you can't keep it flying. Now, I could have sent the... like, the only option I have now is send the pilots out. That's hoping that we got our pilots back. Or we still have our pilots. Let's fuel scoop a little faster. The quicker we scoop, the less time we stay in this system. So far, nobody there, which is good. Let's do a quick scan and make sure we got all the data from here. We do, so we've already been here.
Complete.
Turn away from the star and boogie.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Okay, we are down cool enough.
Frameshift drive charging.
I'm going to start jumping even before we're on target. And there it is.
4,
That gives less time for anybody,
1, engage.
the ships that popped in there, if they want to interdict us, gives them less time to get to us. So we're going to do a smuggler run back to our own turf and hope that that does us right. So come on, Elite, don't be an ass tonight. Alright, so there's our jump point. Good enough.
Fuel scooping.
Frame shift is back online. Nobody's here. Let's scoop a little bit more aggressively than that. It's a little better. No, let's go a little more than that. We're going to keep it under 70%. But I definitely want to fill that tank a lot faster.
Fuel scooping complete.
There we go. Let's get up away from the star so we cool off very quickly. And as soon as we get down low enough,
Fuel scoop disengaged.
like 50-ish, 40-ish, we're kicking on everything. Okay, close enough.
Frameshift drive charging.
Heading to the next system. So far, no ships of threat. Oh, that one could be.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Well, I hope the stream quality is not suffering. Seems to be very wavering today. Not quite sure what's going on there.
Fuel scooping.
A little more aggressive. Okay, so we've got a beluga liner. So far, that's the only other critter in town on the scope.
Fuel scooping complete.
All right, let's get away from the Corona.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Looks really strange having that much ship out in front of me.
Frameshift drive charging.
And time to get out of town.
Four, three,
And we're out of there.
engage.
I think we're going to try to get it back to safe space and then call it good. Definitely need to give it some major upgrades and have to go earn some money to get that done. No stranger to having to earn money in Elite.
Fuel scooping.
Okay, that... Oh, good, they just dropped out. We do not want to see an Anaconda or any other heavily armed ship in the system right now. That is a little too much to risk.
Fuel
Okay, so I still have my fighters, that's good. I don't think those fighters would have really done any good against the Federal assault ship, or the gunship that got us.
scoop disengaged.
Okay, there's an Anaconda.
Frameshift
We're going to
drive
start jumping
charging.
right now. I don't care. We do not want to pick a fight. We're not in shape to pick a fight. And he is going to come right in behind us and try to get us interdicted. Yes, he is. And we're out of there. Too late. Too slow. Let's just hope our luck is that good all the way back. Feel like I'm driving a heavily armored RV. They're roomy. They're big. Don't handle so well. But I guess if it's built by the right person, it could do a lot of damage. We just don't quite have the money to do that yet.
Fuel scooping.
Now, if I get attacked by a bunch of smaller ships, then the fighters can come out and we'll send the fighters out and let them have a heyday. Okay, we're getting a little on the warm side.
Fuel scooping.
There we go. Let's get away from the star, 'cause we're getting way too hot.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Currently, nobody else in the system, not that I see. Get away from the star. Should be coming right into our view soon.
Frameshift drive charging.
And look, people are starting to show up. There's a scout. System security. Yeah, nobody's going to get us anyway.
4,
I'm not going to stick around that long.
1.
And we're out of there. Alright, let's, next, since we drop out here, if we don't jump into a really busy system, then... Don't know if I've been to this one yet. Probably have. I have. Good. It's nice and quiet. So we've got 13 jumps left to Coquim. We are currently in a friendly system. Yay. And our next jump is on the other side of that star.
Fuel scooping.
Oh, we're going to get way too hot. way too fast. There we go. Just went in a little too fast on that star, a little too close. Come on, we're almost there. Okay, we got to get away from it. We're getting way too hot.
Complete. Fuel scoop disengaged.
That was a bit on the warm side. At least we made it to safe space. And I think probably going to have to wrap it up here. The bandwidth from my ISP is not being very cooperative. So hopefully this end of this video isn't all garbled and corrupted. And thank you very much for joining me. And I will see you in the next adventure. Have a safe and happy New Year.